Hello, my name is Matt Heldstab, and this is the second video in a series regarding building out a vSAN 6.6 cluster on vSphere 6.5. The first video in this series had us bootstrap a vSAN deployment to a single ESXi host, and then deploy the vCenter server appliance on top of it. Again, my name is Matt Heldstab. I can be found on Twitter at Matt Heldstab, and my blog is www.vmat.net. All right, so let's do a level set with where we were at the end of the last video. We have a single vSphere or ESXi 6.5 server with the newest build, which is right here, 531.0538, just released a few days ago. We have a single vCSA appliance sitting on top of that. I also have a couple other ESX hosts that are waiting in the wings to be a part of this 3-node vSAN cluster. So these are HP ProLiant DL360G7s. They are not on the HCL for vSAN 6.6 or vSphere 6.5. They fell off after 6.0, but for what I'm trying to do, they are working just fine. So what I want to do now is get the networking working exactly the same as I have on this one server here as I do on these others, and then create a vSAN network as well. So even though, as you notice, the vCSA that I installed is running on a vSAN data store, when you look at the host itself and then you look at the VM kernel adapters, you will see that there is not a vSAN VM kernel adapter. So the very first host does not require that. You need vSAN networking as soon as you create your cluster. Okay, as you see, we now have all three of the hosts successfully on the distributed switch, the management, and our two dual NIC vMotion adapters. They are all where they need to be. The only thing remaining is the vSAN network that we have to create. So we will go ahead and add that now. And for the third host, and the last thing that we need to do is we have to go to the distributed switch and actually add the correct uplinks. To the right locations. And then apply that down here using the template mechanism. Excellent. Now we should have our vSAN networking created the way that we need to so that we can import these two hosts into our cluster. So I am going to take them out of maintenance mode. and then import them into the cluster. Very good. So now all those vSAN configurations are completed. And as you see, we now have some additional disks that we should be able to see. So if we create disk groups, although we do need to mark some of these as flash drives, so we will go down to the disks. So we will go to the claiming section. And you can see all of the disks that we have available to us. So we are going to claim all of our spinning disks as capacity tier, and then all of our SSDs as flash. Then we will also mark them as a cache tier. And they should be just about done. There we go. So now we've got all 4 of our disks in each disk group for each host in our vSAN environment. If you look at our vSAN data store storage object, we now have the entirety of our storage available to us. Okay, so now one of the things that you're going to want to do is make sure that the vSAN performance service is turned on. So that's right here under the Configure tab, and then down here under Health and Performance. So if this is turned off, you want to turn that on. And then another thing that I like to do is connect in to see how the vCSA has distributed its files across the disks, across the cluster. So you can use the RVC console for that if you want. So we are going to SSH into our vCenter server. Open this up a little bit. All right. And we want to browse to our cluster. And we can run a command like vSAN disks stats, and then we'll run it on the vSAN cluster or the object reference for 0. All right. So here you go. It'll show you the amount, the capacity for all of your disks in the cluster, along with how much you have used on those disks. So we're getting a good distribution across all of the disks in our cluster for the vCSA appliance that is running on host 1. Excellent. Well, that will do it for this one, and we'll see you next time.